Alrighty, if I can stop coughing for like 5 seconds. Audio check. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, if I can stop coughing for like 5 seconds. Audio check. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oops, I paused my stream. That's all I want to do. Okay. There we go. I hit the right button that time. Darn tablet. Alrighty, I am back. Finally having this stream after putting it off for how long again? Oh my goodness. This is mostly going to be an update stream. Just me talking, and then I'll interact with anyone who has questions when they join. For those that don't know, I have been absent for quite some time. I did briefly stream a little test stream a week ago, just to see if the laptop could hold up, and it seems to be working pretty well. I deleted pretty much everything off of it. It's just my streaming software and a few games that I still play. Give me a second, I need water again. My poor throat. I mostly have some semblance of my voice back, and I can do a little bit of range when I talk, but occasionally I might just turn into a whisper, and I'll have to clear my throat again, because it's like sandpaper, honestly. I really probably shouldn't be talking very long, but I really wanted to get this stream out there so I can start, just basically being very spontaneous. Like I mentioned in my previous stream, while I was sick, to like ignore the pain that I was feeling, I kept playing a game every night. The same game, mind you. It wasn't different, it's the same game. The one that I'm currently auto-farming is the same game. I'm basically addicted to it at this point. It's like my friend in Celeste. I'm like addicted to this game. And I'll actually probably be introducing the game, tomorrow night or the night after. I'm not sure exactly if I feel like streaming again yet. I just see how my voice holds up. But I did want to go ahead and get out the way all of the stuff that I'd wanted to be talking about. And that way, like, you guys can look back on this video, and I'll post this video on YouTube, and it'll just be like a completely, like, I'm back. I'm going to be streaming very spontaneously. I'm going to have a set day for streams, and then any other streams in between that will just be me hopping on after work and just basically just playing. It'll all be Xbox streams for that. And then once a week I'm going to have this type of stream where I'll talk like this. For sure, at least once a week. Otherwise, it would be like one of the spontaneous streams. I might not play on the Xbox. I might actually do a talking stream. But I haven't really elaborated much on the pain. I was trying to save all of this crazy information for this video and like talking to you guys directly with it, just because I felt that was better. I did mention on Twitch, this is Twitch. I mentioned on Twitter, or X technically now, that for a little bit here recently I could only have soup. Yeah, like 4.5, 5, actually it's closer to 5 or 6 days ago now, I had a severe allergic reaction. And my throat is pretty much swelled shut. And at the time, I didn't realize it was because I was allergic to something. I thought it was strep or like just a sore throat or a cold or something. So I went to urgent care because I don't have a primary care doctor. And they sent me home after telling me it's not strep. And it wasn't getting better, and I didn't know what else to do. She said to take Tylenol. But at the same time, I was like, I don't really like the taste of Tylenol. And I don't like pills, and I couldn't swallow any pills. Like, my throat was swollen. So I went ahead and I got NyQuil. And I also started taking my allergy tablets again, because well, not right away. I started taking them more recently. But, I take like sometimes I take Benadryl and sometimes I take the Ridinine. And I have those. And literally after I started taking like NyQuil, it started clearing up. It's not perfect. The swelling's down. It still feels like I'm breathing through sandpaper, but I can talk. Although I do sometimes have coughing fits. Like if I talk too much without getting enough liquid, I just suddenly go into a coughing fit, and then because my asthma is just continuous. I think I coughed at work for like a good solid like 3 or 4 minutes. I I freaked my coworker out because she's kind of a germaphobe. I came back around the corner and she had like the Lysol spraying everything down. I'm like, girl, I'm not sick. You can't catch asthma. You can't catch asthma and you can't catch allergies. But it was funny to see. It reminded me back when I was in kindergarten and stuff. I would go into coughing fits, and literally everyone would stay away from me, or they would tell me to go out in the hall and get some water. Literally, like, they thought I was sick. I coughed every day, all the time. So like I'm used to the way people react, but it's been a few years since I've had these sorts of coughing fits. So it was funny. It took me by surprise, and I started laughing, but because that was the day that my throat was still swollen, it was more like a goose dying. just picture that dying goose sound. That's the sound I was making. Oh my gosh, and I got frustrated with my one associate because he's like, I can't hear you. And he started to say talk a little louder, and I'm like, I'm sick. I can't talk louder. What do you want from me? But yeah, more recently, the reason why I couldn't stream is I literally couldn't talk. At work, I started using like hand signals, and I work at customer service. Hand signals don't cut it. I can't exactly say please with my hands like flaring my hands around. I'm like, I can't say please. Reiterate your story for like the 3rd time instead of telling me what your phone number is. Well, I can do this thing. I just people, I swear. And the amount of people that told me with a mask on my face, a hoarse voice, and like literally couldn't speak. Like, could you speak up? I can't hear you. No. I even had someone say that just because I couldn't speak doesn't mean I had to be rude. I had literally told this guy the same thing like 12 times, and I was starting to get into a coughing fit, and I'd had enough. But yeah, so that's why I couldn't stream when I wanted to stream. Gotta love allergy seasons. Now, the reason why for the past few months that I hadn't been streaming is I've actually been dealing with quite a bit of pain. Down directly through my spine and my lower back, it's like a dull aching pain, and I've also had some chest pain. Now, I have gone to, not to the ER, but I have gone to urgent care. They didn't do anything about the pain. And the hospital is basically the same like situation. Every time I go there, they tell me nothing's wrong and they send me home. I had a concussion. I went in. They said I had a headache and sent me home. I definitely had a concussion. I was like dizzy and like disoriented and everything afterwards. And I just had to be careful at that point. It's pretty bad if you have to treat yourself, basically, in my area. There are some good doctors. I do know of a few that I'm trying to see, but because they're the only good doctors in my area, they're booked. So I'm waiting. But, it wasn't technically just the pain. For a long time, I've always been fatigued. I'm not sure if you could tell when I was streaming, but a lot of times I was so tired. I'm I'm always tired. Um, I'm basically like constantly lethargic. I have zero energy to do anything. Let me drink some hot tea. Ah, good for the throat. Um, and not only that, but I've actually had constant migraines and dizzy spells. Like, I was so dizzy the other day. And normally, I don't know if anyone has ever actually been dizzy and seen their room spinning. I was literally staring at one part of my room, and I could kind of see the other part of the room. It didn't make any sense in my head, and I was getting really, really dizzy. But no, I've started, like, wondering if maybe all of these symptoms are related, or they're not actually just associated with my asthma or my low blood sugars. I'm wondering if maybe they're all connected. So I want to go to a doctor and like tell them my concerns and the part of my family history that is very concerning to me, because basically every symptom I have is exactly like this condition. And the progression of it is very similar to what my mother went through. And it's kind of scary because it is technically, if left untreated, a fatal condition. Now, it's not a guarantee that I have it, and the pain is mostly subsided, but that could also be because the pain in my throat is worse. I can't tell that I'm still in pain from my back or chest. But no, I'm looking into it. I'm on the wait list to see a doctor. The earliest appointment was September, so I'm waiting for right now to see if there's going to be a closer one. And we're going to see where it goes from there. If anything, I'll be seen by September. I'm not technically in a hurry because I'm not in a state that like requires like drastic like measurements from medical personnel. So like I'm not too worried. And because the pain has subsided, I'm starting to think maybe I was getting just stressed and worried, and all of that stuff just combining together wasn't good. But it does make me wonder because I'm still fatigued all the time. I've had dizzy spells for the past 6 or 7 years. Vertigo too. Oh my gosh, it feels like sometimes I'm walking on a tightrope and I'm literally flat on the ground. So that's always fun. But one of the other things that made me wonder if it was this condition is because 7 years ago, yeah, about 7 years ago, I developed dyslexia while speaking, and I didn't have that before. It didn't start until it was before I got COVID that I got this. And it was around the same time that my memory got even worse than before. Like, before, like, yeah, I can't remember much of my childhood. I'm never gonna remember much of my childhood. I've already settled for that. But sometimes I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. And I have to, like, I stare blankly, and I think about it real hard. And then sometimes I can remember, and sometimes I just can't. But these things that have to do with, like, my memory, my comprehensions, the confusion, all of that stuff is, like, nervous system. And so it is quite possible that my nervous system is damaged. And I had, when I got my concussion, I did get a scan, but they didn't actually look at, like, if there was any scarring or anything. They were just looking if there was, like, any, like, hemorrhaging or anything. So in the type of scan that they did, this wouldn't have come up on that. So I'm going to, like, if I could speak, I'm going to have them look into it and see if there's something wrong with my nervous system. because that could mean that I have the condition. And I know I'm being a little vague with it. I mean, it's not really that big of a secret, but the more people I tell, the more people get worried about it, and I'm sure people can draw their own conclusions from the condition. If it is discovered that I do have this when I get the test results, I will share that with you. But right now, it's just speculation from my symptoms, and my symptoms could be for anything. They're basic symptoms. But no, that was the main reason why I stopped, because I started getting really stressed, and I was already tired all the time, and I couldn't be cheerful and happy if I was worried. And I distanced myself from the internet. I drowned myself. I literally, like as if it was a bad breakup, I drowned myself in cartoons, ice cream, and video games. I wanted to be like cheerful and happy, and I'm still getting stressed about work. But that's my medical. That's what's been going on up to from before and recently. Oh, I've talked so much. I'm trying to keep myself from having a fit. But yeah, basically, to summarize it, in January, the chest pain got worse. I went to urgent care. And I was stressed and everything about that. In February, the back pain started. It was on and off. It's dull, aching, the chest pain's still there. And it's, rather than like pain, it's more like pressure and like heart palpitation. Like, it feels like my heart's gonna palpitate out of my chest sometimes. And because of that, I actually stopped working so many hours. I still work 5 days a week, but I work an hour less a day. If I could cut it back more, I would, so I could be easier on my health, but I can't. I did also lessen the work that I do there. I try not to pick up anything heavy. I did realize I did pick up an air conditioner recently because I thought I was fine. I thought I was going to die. My chest hurt so bad, my back, it felt like I'd ripped something. I was perfectly fine later, but like I was out of breath. Like, I know I was cutting back on picking things up, but it doesn't mean I stopped like lifting things. I was still lifting things that were like 10, 15, 20 pounds. I just wasn't lifting anything over 35. If it was over 35, somebody else was lifting that thing. I ain't lifting it. And then March came around, and for the first time since they passed away, at least since Grandma passed away in 2017, we finally went back to the graveyard. And it was an emotional time because, thinking back on it, my mom passed away in 2013. That was 12 years ago. Grandpa passed away the year before that, and then Grandma passed away more recently, about 8 years ago, in 2017. So, like, these were the people that raised me. I grew up solely with them. And then all of a sudden, it was like I was on my own. I had a toddler. I guess she was older than a toddler. I think she was 6. But, like, I had this younger sibling I had to look after. My older brother is adult. And like, trying to figure that out while still being a teenager yourself is quite difficult. And still, like, there was a lot to look back on during March. And it was strange too, because we actually ended up running into family that day that I don't remember, but they remembered me. And the first thing she said, it's been a while since I hadn't been to family reunions, is she was like, "You look just like your mother." And that's like the best compliment ever, because I'm not like greatly pretty or anything, but my mom was really, really pretty. We have so many of her pictures. Her beautiful baby brown hair and blonde. Technically it was blonde originally, but after she dyed it, it never returned to being blonde. But like, she was so pretty. She was on the volleyball team. She sang like it. Oh my goodness. I used to beg her to sing at night over and over again for hours. Like, she's one of those people that has like the voice of an angel. My voice is like terrible in comparison. She was also really good at makeup. She's actually the one that taught me how to do a lot of the Halloween makeup that I know. Yeah, I was a kid when I learned, but I remembered. Even if I have terrible memory and everything, I remembered how she did makeup. Albeit it's mostly vampire and ghoul makeup, but it's still makeup. Even if I can't really wear it since I'm allergic to it, but it's fine. I can put it on my sister's face all I want. But yeah, so going through March was like a time, like, going back there for the first time in years was really emotional, and it kind of made me wonder about what I wanted to do. And March was like when I was starting to be like, yes, I want to go back to singing, even if I don't feel well, even if some days I'm not going to be very energetic, even if I'm not like bouncing around off the walls, and even if I'm just calm and comfy the whole time. I know you guys won't mind. And that's more than I could ask for. I just want to have fun with everyone. And that was also when I started putting together the symptoms and everything and thinking about it. And I got really worried at this point because like I actually put 2 and 2 together. I was like, wait, what if these new symptoms are just an extension of the old symptoms? So I was thinking about that. And just to list the entirety of my symptoms. There's dizziness, fatigue, vertigo, stickiness, completely, like, even clumsier than normal, like, off balance, like, you can't find a center of gravity sort of thing. I've always been clumsy. I fell down the stairs a lot as a child. But it's worse now. Like, I'll be standing there and I just suddenly fall over. Blanking out. I'll be like, I'm listening to you, and then all of a sudden I like zone out, not thinking about anything at all. And then I come back to the conversation. I have no idea what's been said or how long I've been out. Memory lapse, like I mentioned before, like even like a few minutes later I can't remember what I just did. Confusion, comprehension issues, and the dyslexia, plus the new symptoms of chest and back pain. Like all of that together, literally every single one of those fits this one condition that's mainly in my family. Like every generation has this condition. At least one person in that generation does. And like it's highly likely that I could have it. And even if these aren't like symptoms to that, and they're symptoms of something else, or just me just being physically weak like I always am, like it's still something. And I want to get it looked at, because it's not like these symptoms happen every day. It's just some days they're worse. But yeah, I was like thinking about all of this and like, is there something I actually want to do? I went to college. I didn't like it. I liked going to college sometimes. I like doing homework. Weird. I like homework. But like, I never knew what I wanted to do. Growing up, I wanted to be a singer and a writer. But I messed up my voice in middle school and high school. So singing didn't seem like a good idea. I used to sing much better than I do now, but like I mentioned, I ruined my high notes. I like damaged my vocal cord and never went to the doctors for it. And writing, I really liked that my mom could write, and I liked writing. Same thing with singing. My mom could sing, and I like singing. But I can never seem to finish a book. I get close. Like, I always move on to another one, like I might have ADHD. But like I can't seem to ever want to bring a story to a close, even if it's one book in a series. I started the second book, something. I haven't finished the first book yet, but I know where I want it to go. I just can't bring myself to finish writing it. It's one of my goals right now, is I want to finish the book on Amazon. I want to finish it. Although I do need to redo the cover. It got deleted and I'm so upset about that. Okay. I was reading my notes here. Okay, I've got a few more bullet points to get through. And then I might have to end this before much happens, because I'm like running out of air and my poor throat can't take much more. Okay. So, what I want to do from here, streaming. Like I said, I'm going to have regular streams, Wednesday nights, hopefully a little bit earlier than like 11 p.m. or midnight, but Wednesday nights are going to be regular streams with my model. And then any other night, I will be streaming off my Xbox anywhere from 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. to 4 or 5 in the morning. I have tons of games. I can play any of them. It'll keep me entertained and you guys entertained, and we'll just have fun all night. Be an all-night party. I could stream every night too at the same time. If you guys like the game that I'm addicted to, it's called Core Keeper. I found it because Gab Smolders played it, and that's actually how I found Luma Island as well. I want to play both of those for stream. I love them dearly. And I might restart the Sandrock series because with the new Xbox, the file couldn't be transferred over. So unfortunately, I don't have either of my games on the Xbox. They won't load. I can play them on the computer, but I can't stream them on the computer. So I'll be doing them on the Xbox, and hopefully the music won't break this time. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the series again. I will start Core Keeper. I'll probably start by showing you guys the game itself, and then I'll introduce you to my world. Because, oh boy, I have explored and done so much and set up so many things. And I need to look how many hours I have in this before I start streaming it, just so I can show you guys. But yeah, I've been really addicted to it. There's a few other games that I want to play. I'm really upset that again I'm missing out on some of the trends, because when Lethal Company came out, I couldn't play it. No one was playing it. My best friend was playing with a different group of friends, and I couldn't play it on the computer. And then all the other ones came out. There's so many different multiplayer games. Now Repo's out, and I'm looking at it and I want to play it so bad. I don't own it. I don't know anyone that plays it. Even if I couldn't stream the darn thing, I want to play it, but I need somebody to play it with. I'm not confident enough to play it solo. I'd be too scared and run into too many walls. But no, I would love to play that with someone if I could find somebody to play that with. And the other thing I'm doing is I plan on getting a small keyboard, because my violin's not going to cut it. And I plan to make my original song that I wrote in the 9th grade, and I'm going to change the lyrics to it. And I'd like to actually record that and basically sing my own songs on here. No one else can copyright them if I own them. I might have to list my copyright, which will be annoying, but fine. As long as I register it, it's fine. Just tedious. I have to learn to play the piano. I can only play a few songs on violin. The keys are similar and like they're same in placement and everything, but like it's a little different playing on the violin than it is playing on the keyboard. But I think it'll be fine to learn. I used to have a piano when I was little, out of tune, but I could play it. I only played it for 2 years though, because we had to get rid of it. And then I did play the keyboard a few times at my cousin's house, and a few times at my uncle's house. So like I know a few songs on there, like Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I was learning Old the Yale, or what's it called? Like the basic like karate music that you learn to play as a kid. I was learning those on there. It would take me a little bit to get used to again, but I might try like playing some songs by other people and like classical songs, and then I'll start with my own music, since I need to figure out exactly how I want the tune to be. But I want to get into playing piano, basically. And at the same time, I want to get better at art. You can see my little nicks down there in the corner. I recently discovered on my tablet, I don't have to draw pixel by pixel. This thing, this beautiful little cat, took me like 3 months to draw. Same thing with the head pat. I am so upset. I drew these pixels by pixels. I had to zoom in even and like change certain colors on the pixels. I didn't have to do that. I'm so upset. I have to relearn how to use this app now because it's so much different now that I'm not doing it like pixel by pixel. That's probably why my all of my stuff is blurry, because it only needed to be 72 DPI. So I'm going back through and I'm going to probably redraw all of my stuff because it's not in the right DPI, and hopefully it'll be clearer for the screen. So cute though. Gotta admit, Nyx is cute. I drew Nyx all by myself, no templates. It was all me. But anyways, I'm gonna start with a few whips. But I do plan to release my lore probably in a year, because it's gonna take me a very long time to draw. I will be opening, I believe I'm gonna open a Patreon, and that's where I'll display the whips. I'm not the best at animation or drawing, but I plan to release my lore as an animatic. It's gonna be multiple over time, but like one to start. I might do a few short ones just to like practice and get into it and learn. I'm gonna do some more emotes in the new way that I can draw now. But I'm gonna do all that, and hopefully by the time I get a little bit better at drawing, I will be able to do the animatic of my lore, because I have the song picked out, I got the lyrics changed already. I got the song. It's not gonna be like moderated on YouTube because, you know, copyright issues. But I'm also gonna release like another version on Patreon. So I'm fairly certain that's where I'm going to do this, on Patreon. And it'll be fun. I can also do music stuff on Patreon, like break out my violin. You know? I'll play my violin for you guys. Oh my gosh, I'll have to relearn how to play the violin. It's been like 3 years since I've touched that thing. Will that be fun? You'll have to let me know next time I stream. Break out the violin. I'll have to go get some resin. Oh, I need a tuner too. Oh my gosh, 3 years untuned. Oh, I'll have to tune it. I was still learning to play the violin, mind you. Just like piano, I'm not very good at it. I've played one pop song on the violin, and like mainly little kids songs. So I'm not good by any means. I'd love to practice again. Play it an hour a day and get better at it. It'll be fun. Hour of music, hour of art. Fun times. But yeah, that's basically my plan. Um, I will set up an official schedule, showing like what day I'll be doing my model streams again. Just reiterate it everywhere, and then just random streaming basically, expecting it around either 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. starting, and streaming until, if it starts at 2, it'll stream until 4 or 5 a.m. Starts at 4, it'll stream until 5 or 6 a.m. Basically like that. Turn this one back off because when I brought this image out, both of them going at the same time, the laptop doesn't like. Don't ask me why. Excuse me. But yeah, that's my medical, that's my updates, my plans, my projects. Covered everything. Now, if I didn't have this list in front of me, I would not have remembered half of that. I'm also going to start doing that whenever I have my talking streams. I'm going to have a list of what I'm supposed to talk about. You guys will chime in with whatever you'd like, and I can go from there. And then I'll just have my list to go back to if I need to update you guys on something, so I won't forget. Especially now that I have such comprehension issues and memory lapses and apparently annoying stuttering, it would be much better having that for me to like reference. And then I do plan, I mentioned last time that I won't be doing any more karaoke streams unless I'm singing music that's outside of the copyright and it's like free to use now, like Daisy Bell and stuff like that. Happy birthday. But obviously, I'll do some streams with that. There is some music that, like Christmas music, that I can sing and things like that. So I will still have like music streams. I won't be singing any more pop. I did actually get flagged by that one time. It wasn't officially marked against me since it was like a first offense or something. I'm not entirely sure. They just muted it. But then the second video that I did, they muted like my entire stream. So like before I could like save it, like download it and save it, they just muted it. So I couldn't get the original streams. I could like cut it and edit it. Since I can't record separately. But yeah, so I won't be doing that anymore. Except one more time. Because I love music. If my throat's okay and I'm not sick, then on my birthday, each year, I will sing karaoke. It's my birthday. And I will do what I want. And eventually, once my Discord is officially open, hopefully I could do those there. Because then I could stream like and sing whenever. It'd be fun. But yeah, those are my plans. Basically, eventually opening up a Patreon, doing art and music more. I do want to go back to my original roots with anime and talking about that. Especially with the newer ones out, like it's mostly focused on isekais right now because that's what's most popular, or what's been most popular. There's quite a few that I've been watching and I'm actually invested in their stories. Some of them I'm just like, why do you exist? But it is what it is. But anyways, Fede el de los Obos? Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. I noticed you were lurking. I'm not sure if you're unable to chat because of my settings. I still need to fix that. But thank you for the follow. I know it's been probably quite an interesting stream for you to join in. Me mostly talking about medical history. I promise I'm not always like this. So thank you for joining me on my welcome back stream. most of my regulars that usually join are actually asleep right now. It's way too late for them to be up. I'm fairly, like, most of them, I believe, go to bed at, like, 2 a.m. EST. And it's 5 a.m. EST. Yeah, they're asleep. But thank you for listening to me this whole time as I rambled on about crazy shenanigans and that I plan on doing art and music more. I'm not entirely sure what my next talking stream will be about. I'm gonna like sit down and make a list of all the things I want to talk about, when I want to talk about them. And like I said, I will be doing like streams like nearly, not every night, but every so many nights. I'll be doing Xbox streams from there. And I'll be playing games like Core Keeper, Minecraft. I'll probably hop on Destiny 2 one night because I love that game. I am also able to play Valorant and Overwatch on Xbox. I've never played them before. Well, I've played Overwatch. I played Overwatch 1 before. Very early on. I haven't played it since. And it's Overwatch 2 now. But I have those that I can play. I speak Spanish. I only understand 50% of what you say. I'm practicing my ear. Well, then. I am not very good at Spanish. I did study it for like 3 years. And unfortunately, I still can't speak it very well. I can read it though sometimes. Like I get a lot of times my followers will actually send me foreign languages. They'll send me sentences in Spanish and German, even though in my rules I say not to speak outside of English, but they'll send me sentences like that and see how bad I butcher it. They call it teaching me, but I say I'm butchering it. But it's good. It's always good to listen to others and practice, learn. I'm sorry I'm not the best, considering I stutter a lot. I am much calmer and slower when I speak, though, typically. So I do understand why, like, listening to me might help a little bit with English learning. And English is extremely difficult. The way we conjugate and change our words and verbs, like, I can't imagine learning it as a second language. I literally had trouble learning it as a first language, for Pete's sake. And like learning the second languages now, like learning Spanish and German and Japanese, I'm like, this makes way more sense. No wonder English is so hard. Like, I understand that it's like difficult. But no, thank you. Hopefully you're able to stop by again. I'll try to talk a little slow, that way you're able to hopefully comprehend what I'm saying compared to talking gibberish. But I do have to end now because if I keep going, I'm going to have like an asthma coughing fit, which isn't good. Like my throat is still quite sore from it being swollen from an allergy issue. But no, again, thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you again. And I will be ending for tonight. I won't stream tomorrow night just to let my voice rest a little bit. Hang on, I'm gonna have to mute for a second. Okay, I tried to avoid that. I don't have long before I start coughing again. But again, thank you for joining me. I will be streaming not tomorrow night, but the night after. Anyway, hope you guys have a good night, day, or whatever time of day it is. And I will see you in the next stream. Again, thank you for stopping in. Fede, did I call you Fede or Obos? Next time you drop in, let me know. And I'm gonna end before I start coughing again. Alright, I will see you guys in a few days. Bye bye!